Hello, hello, and welcome to the Astral Tourist, broadcasting live from planet Earth. I'm here to share about another astral projection I had last night from deep in space. I'm calling it Alien Desert Mining. This is just going to be a short sharing. It did not last very long, but hey, I'm able to get out there into deep space again. I'm really excited about that. So when I became aware, I was on this desert planet. I was scanning the horizon. It looked much larger than Earth. I couldn't feel the temperature, but I could also at the same time kind of feel that it was super cold. There were these beings there who were about an average of 6 feet tall, not a lot of them, like, I don't know, maybe six or seven. Some had some very technological looking equipment set up. I was trying to get a better look at them. I could see bright colors like blues and reds with like some kind of pattern going on. I wanted to say it looked like feathers, but I think that's just the way my mind was interpreting it, like really bright, beautiful bird feathers. So I don't know, maybe they have some equivalent of like a feather jacket or something like that. I never got to see their actual appearances. They were bundled up. So if these are real physical beings in the astral and mirroring the way they normally would dress in this kind of weather, they really need to bundle up well. So, I couldn't make out the equipment super well. There were things with various screens and what looked like electricity. The sand was a bright, glaring color, not really white, but almost like, again, with the cold, I could tell that this is all about the cold and the desert. Um, this one man in particular had been telepathing with me. He wanted me to make sure I remembered the visit. And so he was going to have me participate in their activity to help me remember. And so he brought out this really long pole, think like a big fat straw, but without the hollow part. Only it looked wooden, but it was flexible like a straw, even though it's a long pole. And he had me push it down into the sandy earth, which I did. And I pushed it down and I pushed it down, and I could feel like, some resistance at a certain point, and he said I should keep pushing past that. So I did. And then there was a little bit more, and he wasn't sure about it, so he helped me, like, with my hand to turn it a little bit and then go make it go down a little bit more, past that kind of resistance. So for just a short while, it went horizontal, just a little bit at a diagonal kind of diagonally horizontal. And push through and then down a little bit more. And that's where we left it for just a little while, and then he had me pull it back up. I got to do that all by myself. All that long pole, like, miles down there. I'm pulling it back up, and when it came back up, there were these crystalline formations all along the outside of it that reminded me of rock candy. If you don't know what rock candy is, I've, like, tried to make a picture. They look like little crystals, only they're made out of sugar, and you can eat them here on our planet. So it reminded me a lot of that, and I didn't get an explanation as to what these actually were. That's just what they looked like. The color was white, so it could have been like something akin to sugar or salt even, I'm not sure. But anyway, I wanted to, like, explore that more and maybe see if I was allowed to taste it or ask more questions, but he said immediately before I could do that, he was already saying, "Look at the screen now, look at the screens." So he didn't want me to, miss whatever was happening on the screens. So apparently they have some way to, uh, do pictures and recordings or something. Everything was in black and white. I could see, like, a cavern in the pictures that this thing had taken pictures, so I don't know if it has, like, a pinhole camera incorporated in it, or he's sending me telepathic pictures maybe somehow, but he was showing me that there were caverns down in there full of these crystalline formations, but also the really big deal here is that there was life. There were these animal images that looked a lot like crabs also scattered about the picture, like 5 or 6 of these creatures. And he said, "You really need to remember there's life here. You can't see it when you're coming in. It's not on the surface. It's underneath. It's underground, where these crystals are." And he felt that was very important point to get across to me. So I remembered that, and I did my best to kind of relay it in this little picture that I've put together. And that was basically the experience. I woke up really soon after that. Um, so the only thing else I can think about right now is I have been on some other desert planets like in the past, like 2 or 3 years ago, maybe more, where there were like these astral malls and things again, and they were full of these gorgeous crystals that I've never seen anywhere else. So I think maybe this type of planet, whatever type of planet it is, they come loaded with these wonderful crystals. And in this one particular projection I'm remembering from years ago, they told me that they were getting them from deep caves. But they weren't using an instrument like this guy was. So, on this other planet, it was they were just mining them in the caves, but they did say the caves were very deep. So I think this must be a similar place. It didn't seem like the same place. And that's my experience. So, thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe and have a great rest of the week. Oh, and a little tip if you're in deep space, this won't help beginners much, I know, but you can recharge near stars. I say near, don't go right in one. But if your astral body needs energy, and beyond just eating something while you're there, if you can get close to a star without getting distracted and getting pulled into it, you can recharge that way too. So thanks again, and bye for now.